So Trump has been in power for just a month, and he already gave himself a promotion.
Yesterday, he called himself a king as he moved to take on this traffic issue here in New York.
He posted "Long Live the King" on social media, and the White House mucked up a Face magazine cover with him wearing a crown.
Tyranny is rising in the White House, and a man has declared himself our king. So I would like to know, rather, the people would like to know what you, congressmen, and your fellow congressmen are going to do to rein in the megalomaniac in the White House.
That was the question that set the tone for Republican Representative Rick McCormick's town hall in Roswell, Georgia. And let me tell you, it didn't, shall we say, go well for him.
Hey,
like I said, we're not going to yell.
Point of order. Hey, let's get through this, Congressman. Hey.
The constituents' words carried particular weight given recent events. Just days earlier, Trump had cemented this royal imagery by declaring "Long live the King" on Truth Social after unilaterally cancelling New York's congestion pricing plan. The White House itself doubled down by sharing fabricated, that is, completely made up magazine covers depicting Trump wearing a golden crown, captioned with the same monarchical slogan across official social media accounts. We're talking Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. The White House posted this.
Long live the king!
This is coming from Americans that talk about 1776, getting away from the king, a good thing by the way. And now the White House is posting this.
How interesting.
The event for the congressman, which was supposed to be a simple and easy routine check-in with constituents, quickly turned into a fiery showdown over executive overreach, federal job cuts, and the growing influence of billionaires like Elon Musk in shaping government policy. McCormick, a staunch Trump ally, found himself on the defensive as angry voters booed, shouted "shame."
Yeah. I've seen Game of Thrones too, thank you.
Shame. Shame.
And demanded accountability for the chaos unleashed by the Department of Government Agency, DOGE, a pet project of Musk's that's been slashing federal jobs left and left. Now, to truly understand why the town hall turned into such a dumpster fire, you need to know something that you already probably do know about, and that is what's been happening in Washington. Since the start of Trump's second term, the DOGE that's been, headed by Elon Musk has been at a cost-cutting rampage.
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy.
Stop it. Get some help.
The numbers tell an absolutely brutal story. 75,000 workers have accepted buyouts, and approximately 1,200 to 2,000 Department of Energy positions have been eliminated through forced layoffs. Adding to that, over 1,300 probationary employees at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, so the people that are actually protecting you from disease, they were axed, along with an unspecified number of National Nuclear Security Administration. These cuts, framed by the Trump administration as necessary to modernize government through AI and eliminate redundancies, have been anything but smooth. In fact, they have been a disaster. Musk's Doge has boasted $1 billion in savings through cancelling diversity contracts, while simultaneously gaining access to America's sensitive Treasury payment data, a move currently challenged in federal court. Already, though, CBS has found that Doge's claimed savings contain significant errors, including misreading specialized contracts that lead to overstating savings by as much as $1.96 billion in some cases. Somehow, a great many in the US still can't seem to see how this is frankly an insane conflict of interest, given that Musk's SpaceX holds approximately $14.6 billion in active NASA contracts, while he oversees government efficiency reforms. And it's worth adding that if all future talks are exercised, this number that he receives could soar to $56.4 billion. And again, who's behind all this mess? Elon Musk, A billionaire who's never held public office but somehow has more sway over federal policy than most elected officials. A billionaire whose company, one of his companies, Tesla, reported $2.3 billion in US income in 2024, but paid zero federal income tax. So when McCormick showed up to his town hall, he wasn't just facing questions about Trump's expanding executive power. He was walking into a room full of people furious about Musk's chainsaw approach to governance, an approach that is annihilating the US from the inside out. The tension was palpable from the start. One constituent, clearly fed up, stood up and delivered a line that would define the night.
Tyranny is rising in the White House, and a man has declared himself our king. So I would like to know, rather, the people would like to know what you, congressmen, and your fellow congressmen are going to do to rein in the megalomaniac in the White House.
The room erupted in applause, and these words hit particularly hard given Trump's recent actions directly contradicting Article 1, Section 9 of the Constitution, which states, "No title of nobility shall be granted by the United States." McCormick, trying to keep his cool, responded with a frankly pathetic mix of deflection and defensiveness.
I'm not going to give you my best foghorn leghorn response to that.
That's how he began, attempting to lighten the mood, but the crowd wasn't having it.
When you talk about tyranny, when you talk about presidential power, I remember having the same discussion with Republicans when Biden was elected.
McCormick continued, drawing immediate boos and cries of false equivalence from the audience. Because it is false equivalence. It is not answering the damn question. Now, rather than recognizing that his non-answer and deflection are exactly the kind of bullshit that everyone, left or right, is sick and tired of, he blamed the audience for being immature.
The funny thing is, you're sitting here and a lot of you would probably say those January 6s who are yelling just as loud as you, who are upset just like you, and not listening.
Hey, let's restore some order. Let's restore some order. Hey, let's restore some order.
So
Stop
yelling at me is not going to get any answer, okay?
After his attempt to equate concerns about Trump's executive overreach with Republican objections to Biden-era policies fell flat, he added,
Said, I don't want to see any president be too powerful.
But the crowd, once again, wasn't buying it. The anger over Musk's influence was understandably a recurring theme throughout the town hall.
Elon was going to be the main topic tonight, and he's going to continue to be the main topic tonight because we are all freaking pissed off about this. You're going to hear it and feel it.
When McCormick tried to defend Elon's cuts by claiming that AI could absorb the redundant roles, the crowd wasn't impressed again.
A lot of the work they do is duplicitous with AI. Once again, one of the problems we have,
the reality of Doge's legality remained unsubstantiated. Basically, the whole thing was a complete mess, which is exactly what we need to see. We need everyone. It doesn't matter if you're on the left or the right. We need common working class people across the board to finally recognize that the real enemy isn't the blue-haired libs. It isn't the conservative Christian. The real enemy is the billionaires that are completely and utterly fucking your life over. And it seems that people are slowly but surely waking up. It's too late, unfortunately. We're going to get another 4 years of this. The relationship that the US has, at least officially, with their allies, if we can even be considered allies anymore, it's going to be a profound difference in 4 years' time. So, unsurprisingly, this resentment isn't unique to Roswell. A university poll released the day after the town hall found that 55% of registered voters believe Musk wields too much power. Only 3% said he has too little. And it's not just Democrats that are feeling this way. Finally, many Republicans are starting to question Musk's oversized role in shaping government policies.
I'm a registered Republican voter and retired active Army officer. How can you tell me that Doge, with some college whiz kids, without even getting out into the field, has determined that it's okay to cut veterans' benefits?
And some of them are starting to question whether or not Donald Trump is a wannabe king.
The king is dead.